Start with health-wise. You had Phil and Jason on the report. Are they good tonight?
They're going to test it out pregame, see how they feel. I think the intention is to play, but had some soreness. I want to test that out before the game, like others have.
Just simple knee soreness, like
some patellar tendonitis, flare-up, things that they've been dealing with a little bit throughout the season.
And Al out with personal reasons. Is that something that you anticipate extending beyond this?
We'll see. We'll give him the time he needs to take care of his personal stuff. You don't know. Could be today, tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly, but to get the time that's needed.
And you're coming into today with an opportunity to play for a virtual tie for first place. Just the progression in getting here. I mean, does that give you guys a little something extra? Is that something that you bring up and say, hey, here we are, we've come this far?
No, we haven't said anything to the team about standings or any of that. It's just, like I've said, continue to play the right way and build on what we've been doing well. And coaches, we look at it and, so many scenarios that you can't even get into that really with the players, but that's not the focus with them. It's to continue to build on what we have over this stretch. I guess another good quality team coming in that's playing well.
With tomorrow's game in Toronto, is everybody making the trip who's healthy enough in terms of, if they're healthy, they can play, or is there any COVID regulations that will stop someone from traveling?
No, we'll see. Like I said, with the Al situation, it is what it is, and he'll have the time as far as that. With the guys with knee soreness, obviously you would like them to play tonight, hopefully, and everything will be based on that, how guys feel after tonight's game, knowing it's a back-to-back and they do have some lingering stuff going on.
But I'm talking like Toronto, you can't play if you're not vaccinated in Canada. So is everybody good to go in that front?
Yeah, our thing is strictly based off injury history and the personal stuff that Al is dealing with.
Especially with the two J's, you seem like you're thinking about this game to game in terms of who needs a little more of a break. Do you limit their load a little bit, even if they play tonight?
Yeah, we take a game-by-game basis, and we're worried about tonight first and foremost. The thing that we have tried to do is lighten their load a little bit and shave some minutes off, and that's, with Al and other guys, Daniel's emergence, Derek White as well. So we talked about that quite a bit. And you still want to play them in games to prepare them, but also a 28-minute game is not really a night off, and so you like to shave them down as much as you can and help our other guys get acclimated that we just got during the trade deadline. But I think it's all beneficial if we can lower them as well as helping the other guys. So that's a game-by-game basis, and kind of in the flow of the game, we're not going in predetermining anything, but see how the game plays out and if other guys are playing well.
You're missing a couple guys, but they were missing a ton of guys last time you played them. What stood out? That was kind of one of those low points early in the year when you guys were trying to figure things out. What stood out about that night too?
Neither team is even close to what they were or are now. I just looked over the box score and rewatched it, and we had 8 guys out, health and safety protocols, and Marcus with the laceration on his hand, they had 6 guys out, so they didn't have many starters either. And so not much you can take away from that game, obviously. 2 different teams at 2 different points that are both playing very well.
Do you anticipate, as things, if they become a little more clear, teams at all in this clump at the top trying to put themselves in the position they want to be in at all? Or do you think teams are just going to win and see where things fall at the end?
No, I think teams always, to some extent, try to control something if they can. We're more worried about health and playing the right way and continue to do what we're doing and kind of see where the chips fall as far as that. But as far as I've gone back as a player or coach, teams have always tried to manipulate what they can to figure out what's in their favor.
I was just curious, especially a guy who played at some smaller colleges, what do you think of, not this small, obviously, but the St. Peter's run that's going on right now?
Yeah, it's impressive. A lot of records being broken. I remember Shaheen Holloway as a player. I think we're right around the same age. So I remember him back in Seton Hall and McDonald's All-American and all that. So happy for him in the lower schools, and me coming from one lower one, I guess it's always, you get a little bit of pride from that. But the balance and parity in college is crazy nowadays. So it's not that unexpected.
When you talk about manipulating your seed, is it, how does it work with different teams? I mean, are some teams with experience able to just do it and everybody kind of gets the message? Or younger teams, is there a fear that maybe you're sending the wrong message by saying, hey, we're sitting guys today or anything? How does that work, like as far as messaging to the players?
Yeah, I think it's different based on your team. And, for instance, in San Antonio, Pop didn't care about seeding at all. It was health and playing the right way going into it. And so he's won championships as a 7 seed and lost in the first round as a 1 seed. So it was more about the health and the overall goal of the team going into the playoffs and not as much the opponent. So, with us, like I said, we've competed well with everybody this year, beat a lot of good teams, had some poor losses or big leads lost to the good teams. And so for us, it's about playing well and being healthy and being rested going into it and getting the other guys ready, and more than looking at a certain opponent or not.
You guys have done well on the road, but obviously home court, is there something extra to say, hey, home court's just inherently better for us anyway? So, maybe going for that higher seed?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to, have home court advantage if you can. And I've stressed and we have played well on the road, but home court is home court. And then the main thing, like I talked about a few weeks ago, was at some point was avoiding playing just for that week of rest and preparation. So to be a top 4 seed obviously doesn't even keep you in that area that you're even close to that. So we played well. We want to keep it going and build on momentum. And so home court is kind of falls into that place, but we got to win on the road as well.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Coach.
Cool. Thank you.